All right, welcome to LearnWire. It's been a very long time since I've done an AI writer top or best list. I believe it's been a year or longer. I think the last time I did a video like this was back in spring of 2023. So it's been, what is that, about a year and a half since I've done a video like this. And that's because just so much has changed with AI writers. And to be completely honest with you, before we get in and I start showing you what my favorite AI writers are right now, we want to get a couple things out of the way just for those of you that haven't really thought of this already. But remember that this is my list, and based on my experience, I realize that there's a ton of AI writers out there that are probably fantastic and amazing, and they're the best that you've ever seen. But unfortunately, there are, at this point, I would literally estimate that there's thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of AI writing software on the market right now. All pretty much impossible for me to test every single one of them. I do know that there's some of those that I've seen other large YouTube creators using other tools. I have not reviewed those other softwares yet. So I do realize that there are some softwares that are going to be on here that, I don't know, you may be offended that they're not on my top list or whatever, but just know that I haven't gotten to them. Some of them I may have reviewed and they just don't make my top list for my own personal choices. But many of them, most of the chances are that I have not reviewed that piece of software yet. Okay, so I just want to get that very clear. And then finally, just kind of going over and touching base on the AI writing, and large language model industry has changed so much, and it has just gotten so advanced so quickly that tools that I even reviewed back a year and a half ago, and we were still looking at, let's go back and pull that video up real quick, the last one, and you can kind of see. So I did have one right here. You can see 3 best AI writers comparison. This was a year ago, so maybe that was in fact my last time I did something similar to this. You'll see that I had Koala Agility Writer, and then it looks like I had AI Wisemind on there. And then right over here, this was a year ago as well, and it was spring of 2023. And this is where I did a tier list. I'm going to click on this real quick, and I'm going to fast forward all the way to the very end. Right. This is where you'll see my S tier. We had Zim Writer, Agility Writer, Koala Writer, ScaleNut, and then my A's. So this is I'm bringing this up to you guys to show you what has changed drastically in the last 18 months in this industry. Your Jaspers and your copy AIs and so forth, and Hypotenuse, these big heavy hitting tools, even like Write Sonic and so forth. Like, these are tools that were already ahead of the game for years before these, ChatGPT even came out. We had AI writers available before even ChatGPT really came out, okay? So we're talking about back in 2020, 21, 22 area, before ChatGPT was released in like December of 2022, I believe, okay? So you can see we still had Jasper at the top on A list, and Copy AI and so forth. I think this is Copify right here, and then forgot which one this one was, and then you had your Hypotenuse and stuff. And then look, we still had some LTDs on AppSumo that I was kind of ranking into tier. And this is when we were still getting hit with new AI writers every week on AppSumo, and I couldn't review them fast enough, right? That since then has toned down a little bit. We're seeing way less AI writers in the last few months on AppSumo, because I think that the market finally hit its kind of max and peak with what I'm talking about, thousands of AI writers on the market right now. And so if you're going to go in and create an application right now, I probably wouldn't recommend you go out and create an AI writer, because there's already thousands of them. And the chances are the unique selling point and MVP that you would be coming to the table with your AI writer has probably already been done. Okay. I just want to put that out there. And so we had WordCraft and HelloScribe and Marmoth. I mean, I still had Brainwork on here, Brainwork, Word Hero, Writer, Write Sonic. And I'm just going to let you know right now, like, I'm not really, it's just changed. I've been doing this for like 4 years full time, and me reviewing a new AI article writer every single week or every single day, really. Quite frankly, it just kind of got old, right? And once some of these ones that are on my list came out, and it was just mind blowing what they were doing working with their software compared to a software like Word Hero, and even Copy AI and Jasper just got left in the dust because they weren't connecting to the internet. They weren't bringing AI images into the mix and so forth, right? So when you bring all that together, I come to just say that, I'm not going to have a whole lot on my list because I'm already a monthly paid subscriber to the tools that I'm going to be referring you to. I'm going to also touch base with that in a little bit later because this is already kind of a large introduction or a long introduction. So I'm going to get to the list right now, and then I'll talk to you about what I think is going on with the AI writer industry, where I think it's going and so forth. Okay, so let's jump in. My first one, and this is going to be from the best ranked to the worst, right? So like Koala is number one on my list, and I have a lot of reasons to back that up. It had the most ranking content in all of my AI testing and the case studies that I did, my gardening website and everything. I hit that website hard with Koala Writer, with Agility Writer, with Zim Writer, still arguably the best three on the market right now anyways. But Koala Writer wins because it had just a little bit more ranking articles. The power of it was, it just had the most rankings. And so the data itself came back and told me that this was the best AI writer. Okay. And then with that said, also on top of that, if you asked me to go and write you an article real quick that can go and get facts from the internet and have really good writing, and it doesn't sound robotic, sounds like a human wrote the content, it does really good AI images, and it just flat out works, and it's very fast and quick, and you can go put that on your website, and then you can expect it to rank very quickly. Koala Writer is the writer that I would go to. And so this is my number one tool of choice, and it has been for probably over a year now. You can see in 2023 in the spring when I made that video, Koala Writer was already, out, and it was on my top list, and I gave it an S rating. It still is at that S rating tier. It's well developed, and it's just well supported because you do have to pay. You can pay, and they have really great plans. You can buy credits, and so you don't have to pay. So they kind of cater to both types of customers that just want to buy a credit pack and they don't want to worry about having to pay, use all their credits this month and then before they get it resets the next month. But then they also have people that are straight up using the tool on a monthly basis, running a real business, and they also want to, they give a little bit better credits. Your cost is better when you have a monthly subscribe plan. They have all that for you with the pricing, right? So we can go take a look. But I wanted to show you inside my account right over here. I'm blurring out some pertinent information, but you can see right over here, I bought a credit pack about a year ago. I think that their credit packs expire in a year after you buy them. I bought a 250,000 word credit pack. I believe that this was probably last Black Friday. You want to make sure you subscribe to LearnWire because I will be doing a full in-depth recommendations of tools. I'm sure Koala Writer will have a really great deal and credit packs to buy this year for Black Friday. They will definitely be at the top of my list to purchase as well. So watch out for that video coming out in a couple weeks for my best, most recommended Black Friday deals, and I'll get special discounts if you use my coupon code as well, okay? But you can see right over here that I almost used all of the credits, which is really cool actually, because I was less than 100,000 words in on this about 3 weeks ago. But if you're following me on the Pinterest traffic project, that's where I really turned this on. I have my virtual assistant that has been using Koala Writer, and when we go into the Koala Writer over here, I can actually show you, look at how many articles are being written, and we've just blasted the heck out of a new website that I don't even care if it ranks on Google or not, because I'm going to be getting all my traffic from Pinterest, and it's already working. We're getting clicks over from Pinterest to our website, and that's kind of, in my opinion, the new way to build niche websites is to rely on other traffic sources, not Google, and that's why I'm testing that for you guys, okay? But essentially, you can't go wrong with Koala Writer. It's the top tier. It's the top of my list. It's my favorite AI writer because not only does the content rank, obviously that's the most important thing, but the next important thing to me is that I actually like extreme simplicity, and I like a very easy to use user interface. The UI and UX has to be really, really easy to use, very straightforward, and you can just go right here and you go down, you work your way down, and then you push enter. Look, on this first page, I can, with my mouse scroll, one mouse scroll, we're already down to create our article. I still love this. Now, you can get technical with this. You can change the outline if you want to, but if you just want to get an article written that's high quality, human sounding, with images and videos, all that, and you can even choose Claude Sonnet, GPT-4o, GPT GPT-4 Mini and the legacy models. They even have that as well. The ChatGPT-4 Turbo Legacy, the most expensive model. You get all that flexibility, but then for a beginner person coming in here or someone that just wants ease of use, Koala Writer just hands down wins. I don't know how I could make any better case that Koala Writer is the best. My content ranks, and I can get an article written very, very quickly. And I don't get, bogged down with way too many options. And that's what keeps some of the other tools from being my number one tool, is because they're just way too advanced. And if that's your style and that fits your need, then your tool will fluctuate on what's your top tool. My top tool is Koala Writer because of the simple ease of use, good pricing, well developed. It's well supported. It's been around a long time, and it's got the support of so many people. When you come through here, I mean, all the 5-star reviews, all the SEO experts and so forth using the tool. It's just, you can't go wrong with it. Okay, so Koala Writer, my number one recommended AI writer tool right now. All right, so number 2 on the list is Agility Writer. It's just very, very close to Koala Writer. You could put these as a tie easily, and I would not argue with you. So it really comes down to intricate details of why you're using a tool and why when you're just using a tool. I use Agility Writer a ton as well. There's going to be a reason, like for Agility Writer, if you want to get bulk articles that also are human sounding, that you have all this quality built in, SEO built in, all kinds of that, then Agility Writer probably would be at the top of your list if you're trying to do it on a bulk level, because Agility Writer has bulk built in. I'm not sure if Koala, I've never used it in that way. The way that we're writing is, more of a hands-on way. And I don't really, a year or two ago, when bulk writing, when an article writer didn't have a bulk feature, that was like a big deal, right? It was like, oh, but you're missing the bulk writer. Well, we've kind of come full circle from that. Google's just going to penalize you. If you're putting a ton of content on your site very quickly, you're not checking the content before you publish it and so forth, you're going to get hit with the AI update. And all my, it's just so funny, right? When Google tells you, first of all, I don't trust Google at all of what they're saying, right? They've already proven that what they come out publicly and tell you, it's a lot of times it's just opposite, right? But when they say that AI content doesn't matter, and then you put AI content on your website, and every site that you add AI content on, there's, something's going on there, right? And so that's another debatable topic as well. But at the end of the day, I'm not that impressed with bulk article writers anyways, because it's not something that I would do on my websites right now. Now there is people out there doing tests. I think Income Stream Surfers. He's doing something like millions of pages overnight building a website and stuff like that. And it's getting indexed and so forth. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening with that site, with months down the road. I think that Google, any site that you create is going to get indexed and start ranking and so forth. But once you hit a certain traffic threshold, it's going to get some type of manual review. And that's when they're going to hit your site. If they think that it was built with, no effort or low effort and it's AI content, that's when it's going to get flagged, in my opinion. But I think that the better way to go about building sites is a little bit slower rate and make sure you're checking all your content and so forth. So I'm not saying don't use AI content, but I also am saying not really blasting with dozens of articles per day. You'll probably get hit. If you want to do it for fun testing and so forth, it is fun. But if you're building a sustainable business, you probably wouldn't want to do that to your website, in my opinion. But Agility Writer, you can go look at their pricing as well. I don't think I showed pricing on the Koala Writer, but you can get 40 credits. Basically, that's 40 articles for $25 a month. And then you have your $88 a month plan and so forth. So still really good, flexible offerings, even for people that are running really, really big, content needs. You can also buy yearly packs as well. So Agility Writer, it gets number 2. It's just so capable, has so many features. And I would say that it probably has more capability and features. But again, those are for people that really need all those customizations to their AI writer. It's very, very close. Agility Writer gets number 2 on my list, Agility Writer. Okay. Number 3, we're going to go into Reword, and I can show you, there's all kinds of different cool things and features. And what I like about Reword, go watch. All you have to do is just go to my channel, go to the search bar and type in Reword. I've already done several tutorials on this, but if you were going to ask me the most customizable, like hands-on AI writer, Reword wins, because you're able to control everything about the way that you write your articles. You have internal links, segments, search analytics. You can connect this to your Google Search Console, and then it's going to recommend what articles you should to create next. You have all kinds of, you have your opportunities, and it's using a different way to, and you can see, let me go into LearnWire over here. You can manage your different accounts up here and so forth, and you're going to get your search score. And then when you go into an article that you've basically written, let me go into articles, an article that you've written using a Reword, you're going to get these, arrows if it's increasing because it is actually connected to your search console as well. But what you're going to get is this search intent. This is actually a search intent score. So if we go and click on this, you're actually going to write what your search intent is, and then it's going to, let me pull this one up that I did actually write in Reword. It's ranking, and this is what it'll look like. So you write inside of here, you get to control all of the different, like if you want to add something in here, it'll add it for you. It writes in your tone of voice. You can come up here to your co-writer, your paragraph, your co-writer. We can click on that. We can go and we can select, this is my brand voice right here that I'm writing in my brand voice because I've trained the AI in my writing style and so forth. It adds quotations in there and so forth, adds in, tables for you, links. It does the whole thing. It doesn't do images. That's one of the downfalls of Reword, but you would write this, you would put it into your blog, your CMS content management system like WordPress, and then you could go and add a few images to your article. But this worked really, really well. And you can come over here to the right and you can do a plagiarism audit. Your search ring right here, it's going to be grading it not based on NLP keywords and on-page SEO like all of the other tools out there do, even like Surfer AI and Neuron Writer. This one's going to do what your search intents are, and you can define those by what are you trying to tell and educate your reader or audience on, and how well does your article answer those questions. You can add more search intents here, and then it's going to recommend search intents to you, and then you can also go and add that. So this is basically saying that should you buy Quasar video from AppSumo, we didn't do a very good at saying loosely satisfied, so we would want to go and clearly answer that to turn this green as well, and then we would be able to move that up right there. So it's doing it in a different way than other AI writers do, the way it measures how good your content is, and then this is also ranking as well. So Reword, link will be below as well. A lot of you have picked this up as well. Let me know if you've used Reword and you've made it this far in the video. Go in there and just type in Reword as a comment, or say, hey, I've been using it. It's amazing. Or let me know if it's missing something or it hasn't been working good for you. But Reword is like the newest tool, most surprising tool probably to make my top 5 list. This one is on the top 5. It's the newcomer that I've done a lot of tutorials on, and this is kind of has it all. But you are going to need a lot more hands-on approach to this. But I think that this one Reword has the most capability of probably getting you to the most researched, fact-based, and human-written sounding generating article that you could get. It's very customizable. It has the AI writer in here. We can go back into like research. If I wanted to add something in, I could just push return right here. We could go and click that. How does Quasar Video's AI analyze the score? It's going to create text for you. You can add that to the article. You can also go and if you highlight text, you can write more. You can use this AI writer right here. You can basically tell it exactly what you want it to do. I can say, hey, make the table out of this. Rephrase in my voice. It's going to go and rewrite that for us. So you can see the customization. This is an actual kind of old school meets new school AI writer. Okay. Number 4 up on the list, and if I go up here and just show you traffic, this one gets over 500,000 visitors per month in comparison with Agility Writer, which gets around 80,000, I think. And then also I was very surprised that in comparison with Koala Writer, which I thought was going to be way bigger time, it only gets about 300,000 visitors per month. So SEOWriting.ai actually gets more traffic to this website per month. And this one is just a great all-in-one. on, you click a button, it creates amazing SEO AI content that sounds human written, also does amazing with adding AI imagery to your articles, and then auto publishes. This one is I've done a lot of videos on this. This one still keeps in my top 5 because it's just well supported and so many people are using this software. Let's go and take a look at the pricing. You can actually start your first 5 generations or 10,000 words for free, which is super cool. I'm just going to look at the monthly plans. You got $19 a month up to 50 articles. The pricing is just about as good as you can possibly get. And so that's another winning feature of SEOWriting.ai. And then you have your professional plan at $79 a month, 250 articles. And if you need to go up, you can go to 500 articles. And let's max this out. If you wanted to go 5,000 articles per month, you could go on a $1,500 a month plan right there. You can save 25% per year, which is crazy as well. You can get your starter plan down to $14 a month. Super, super cool. So this one stays as a top 5 as well, number 4 on my list, because it just keeps getting better. They have added in a lot more features. It's still not as complex to use as Agility Writer, but it is very easy to use, and they're continuing to upgrade the software and so forth. So I'm going to try to do more videos on this because they've been just hammering it with new features and new updates, where I need to do some more tutorials and update videos for you on this software. So this is SEOWriting.ai that gets number 4 on my list. We're going to go over here to number 5 on my list. And this is one of those ones where we could argue, like if you're a Zim Writer user, you're ranking this number 1 on your list. I already know that. Ranking Tactics, Matt Zimmerman has created this software a couple years ago. And this is a software that is a complete standalone software. It is unlike nothing else that you've seen on the market. It's not a cloud-based software, which for me personally, I wish that it actually was cloud-based. That way we could use it on a Mac. We could use it on a Windows. This is a software that was built from the ground up, kind of old school kind of software, standalone software that you actually have to download the software and then, install it on your machine and so forth. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. But since I moved to Mac, unfortunately, and we're coming up on about a year since I've been a Mac user, and you can go ahead and, leave comments, you can't use this software because you're a Mac user. Totally fine. I don't care. This would not be my number 1 choice of a daily use software anyways, because of what you have to think of what's valuable to you. I like ease of use, and Zim Writer has the most flexibility and the most customizations and features and options than any AI writer that I've ever seen, period. And for me, that's too much. It's intimidating, right? You're going to have to do so much testing with the software to find how to get your AI writer with Zim Writer tuned for your brand voice, your niche, all that stuff. And there's going to be a testing period for you to see what settings work best. Okay. Now there's no getting around or denying that Zim Writer has made an impact in the AI writing community. It has a large following. I don't even promote this software, and I make sales almost daily of this software, right? But this is a really, really good software. It's undeniably has to be on my top 5 list. Even though I am not using it and I haven't really used it in a year, I do kind of keep up in the Facebook group, seeing what they're coming out with and so forth. And I know Matt is just amazing at creating this software. So I really only have good things to say about Zim Writer, and it still gets on my top 5. But the caveat to that is that you have to be a Windows user. They still haven't come out with the Mac version of this yet. And they probably don't really need to, because most people that are Zim Writer's customers are Windows-based users. And so there's a reason why they just have not developed it for the Mac yet. I think it should be moved to more of a cloud-based, but one of the advantages of why Zim Writer was a machine, standalone software is because you're able to use it outside of having to log in to a cloud, to a website, right? And so forth. So anyways, really, really good stuff. They have all the latest. I mean, you have every option, that you could think of in order to write with this and so forth. I guess I would just leave it with this. There's definitely a learning curve when it comes to using Zim Writer. And for me personally, I just want to get an article written very quickly that I already know is going to rank and do everything and add images and add internal links and do all that stuff. I'd rather just use like Koala Writer, for example. But like I said, Zim Writer is amazing and it deserves to be on the top 5 list. even though it's not my daily choice, AI Writer software that I use. They've got a lot of people that use this software and give it 5 stars, obviously. And then we'll come down here and just look at the pricing. So the pricing has increased in the last 6 months to a year, $25 a month to get on right there. You can go with $250 per year. You save money that way. And then if you're most people buy the lifetime deal. This used to be, I think I picked it up for $200. It was $200 for the first couple of years that it launched, but now they've moved up. And in order to get the lifetime deal, it's $500, which still, I think that this is going to be supported for years and years to come. And so it's very much worth it. You have no limits on what you can do once you purchase the lifetime deal. You hook up bring your own key, and then you just basically get to work and you write unlimited amount. So if you want more hands-on, more customization, all that kind of stuff, you prefer to kind of do things in your own way, Zim Writer is the perfect software for you. And if you're a Windows-based user, Zim Writer is perfect. So I've got some runner-ups. So that's my top 5. What do you guys think of my top 5? Go comment below. Do you agree with the top 5? Do you like these softwares? Leave a comment on softwares that I did not put on here that you were kind of hoping or maybe expecting. And there's a good chance that I haven't even seen those softwares before. And then that'll just help me to know what to look for. Maybe I can review those softwares and so forth. But I think that you guys will realize, or at least agree, that once you find some softwares that are just they're the best, right? Like Koala and Agility and SEOWriting.ai. It's really hard to bump them off, especially since every one of those softwares gets real live information from the internet and can perform real-time research, writes in a human-like fashion, can handle internal linking, external linking, NLP keywords, does the whole thing, AI images added to your content, and can connect to your WordPress blog and publish for you. They all do that. It's kind of hard to beat that, right? In a sense. And so it's going to be hard to knock some of these off. This is Harbor, though. This one just came out. This is from Income Stream Surfer's channel. They created this software, and I've done a couple of videos on this. I am impressed with the keyword research that it does, and then the way that it'll just tell you what you should write next on your website and then just write it for you. So I want to experiment more with this. I haven't been doing a whole lot of testing lately. And so that's one of the things. I haven't really been doing a lot of testing. It is harder to do that because your sites get hit by the algorithm a lot easier and faster these days. So the days of just testing that's another kind of reason it's hard to do these reviews and actually come to you guys with the review of like, hey, I ranked my article in 24 hours using this AI software. I can't do that anymore because the risk is very high for hurting my website, right? And so those days are kind of over, in my opinion. But this is Harbor, SEO.ai. I'll leave a link below. You can go check it out as well. It definitely does some very custom, very unique things that it's bringing to the table. And if you want something that can just kind of tell you this, here's your website, here's what you should write, and I'll write it for you. And with SEO and images and all that stuff built in, this software is pretty dang cool. One of the issues that I have with the software, and I think most people do, is that the pricing is ridiculously high for the amount of content that you get. That's not they're focused on quality content and so forth. So this is definitely not the tool that if you're going out there and building, 20 niche websites and you're going to write an article or two every single day for those, you're going to need hundreds of articles per month. You're not going to be able to, this is not the tool for you. This is more of a small business, your real money site that you're driving to. You want traffic to your business and want to really rank. You would want to go and explore this tool because you only get 12,000 words for $30 a month. And so do the math on that, right? So you're going to be able to write like 5 or 6 articles per month at that level. And then you can go over to the Powerhouse for $100 a month for 30,000 words. When you compare this to Agility, to the other softwares on the list, it's not even a comparison. It's laughable. And that's why a lot of people kind of have laughed at this product. And he's gotten a lot of flack for his pricing. I'm paying right now monthly for this for the $29 a month plan. And I'm not even using it. Silly me, right? The joke's on me. But I do want to get to this and actually use it. I like the keyword research functionality as well, because you also get the keyword research. And I almost would pay the $30 a month just for the keyword research functionality. So that's something kind of worth noting on the tool. You get the keyword research and the the content written. Another thing that you could do is that you definitely wouldn't be able to sustain the amount of articles that you could write with this once you do the initial keyword research. So that's where you would go and you would just exhaust your words for the AI content, but then keep writing with like Koala Writer, Agility Writer, SEOWriting.ai, Zim Writer, Reword. Use those other tools to your advantage because they're amazing at writing content, but then go and use this tool for its keyword research as well, right? So that's one creative way to use both of the tools. Harbor does make kind of an honorable, these are my honorable mention worth noting. So this is not number 6 on my list or anything. I'm just adding in a few softwares that I do think are unique. I do think are high quality, and they do think that are worth looking at. Links will be below, but my top 5 was the previous top 5 that I listed before, if that makes sense. The next honorable mention that I want to, make sure that I put in here is Journalist AI. This one is loaded, much like Agility Writer and SEOWriting.ai. Those are the 2 closest to this tool. This one has everything feature-rich, factual, and SEO optimized articles. This one can do your keyword research for you. This one can do auto blogging. This one can do just basically everything. So if you want to go big time and just write a whole bunch of content and go out there and test and so forth, this might be worth looking at. I did do a couple of videos on this as well, so go and watch those. Just go to LearnWire, go to the search box and type in Journalist AI. I have a couple of videos that I already did, and that would help explain if this is the right tool for you. And you can go unlimited auto blogs right here, internal linking. You get up to 500,000 words a month for just $39 a month. So this one's going to be the one to go with if like a million words per month. Look at this for $79. Like when it comes to pricing and then the user interface over here, this one will take your brand voice. It will do just about anything that you can think of an AI writer to do. Journalist AI will do that. And it also comes with probably the cheapest price point that you can get to. We go to monthly, the price does go up, but it's crazy how many words you get for that price point. Definitely worth being on the honorable mention list right here. And then finally, I'm going to end with this one. This one's is unique. Actually, no, there's 2 more. So Video Tap was an LTD. It's no longer available on AppSumo. I don't know if it's going to come back. Stay on the watch out if this tool comes back for Black Friday, coming up in a couple of weeks. But Video Tap's super cool because I have a lot of content ranking where I created a video, right? Like usually it's a software review. And then I go and I plug it into Video Tap, and then I basically it turns it into a very human sounding article. It doesn't focus on SEO and NLP keywords and all that stuff, but it does write like you're telling your friend about something. And that's what I really like. And I think that that's what Google likes too, is that there wasn't any manipulation or SEO on page SEO manipulation. It's just literally written almost verbatim as you speak, like you would really talk to someone. Super cool. And then those articles are still ranking from months and months and months ago. So if you are doing video first blogging, which is what I do, then this tool is just amazing, right? It's very, very quick. Boom. And then you go and paste, you upload your content and then you get rankings, right? So super cool stuff right over here. I don't think that they have an affiliate program, but I'll try to leave the link below regardless. So I liked Video Tap. Absolutely. It was an LTD and I did get a lot of use out of this software. And the other one that I wanted to kind of mention that is still available on AppSumo, I'll leave a link below as well, is Ranklytics. Black Friday's coming up. You'll get an additional 10% off. And then if you're a Plus member, you'll get another 10% off. So you can get this for 20% off. Ranklytics, I really enjoyed my review, and I did think that the content was very, very solid. So from just an AI writing standpoint, this one's going to give you SEO and keyword research and all kinds of other really, really cool things that Ranklytics does. But it did write content really, really well. And so it's definitely, if you're looking for an LTD, this is one that I could recommend right now that is available, is Ranklytics. And so what did you guys think about all the tools, my top 5, and then my honorable mentions? What tool are you using and what tool do you want to go and look out for Black Friday? Thanks for joining me. All the links to these tools will be below. If you want to help support LearnWire, pick them up through the affiliate links. It helps support the channel and helps me to continue to test all these tools, thoroughly review them, and then come back. And some of these tools, even years later, I'm coming back and still giving you updates and seeing where the tool is developed, if it's still valuable and viable in the industry. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you got value from this video, and I'll see you in the next video.